7, 6, stand by.
Coming up on Channel 8 News, Kansas farmers feel the effect of national tariffs passed by President Donald Trump. Plus, the City Commission approved the funding for the next stage of the up-and-coming Edge District across from Bill Snyder Family Stadium. And later, we'll see how Manhattan residents are staying active and getting outdoors at City Park.
Taking a quick look at our weather right now, it is 64 degrees and cloudy outside, winds near 15 miles an hour, and it feels like 58. We'll have more weather for you on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Emma Baldwin. Coming up today, we'll look at how Riley County Police are preparing for Fake Patty's Day festivities this weekend. And later, we'll hear from the newly elected student body vice president on his goals for his term at K-State. Global import tariffs imposed by the Trump administration last month have sparked concern in unlikely areas. For decades, farmers in rural America have relied on steady trade to keep business afloat. We'll hear how national policies could affect farmers here in Kansas. Braden Misaki has more.
President Donald Trump recently increased new global tariffs up to 10%. The increase has led to more uncertainty in the global markets and leaving farmers worried about potential input costs going forward. With China and other countries importing less U.S. grains due to the high tariff numbers, a temporary solution to give farmers a plan for a short-term fix could bring some stability.
There's been a lot of up and down on the tariffs in order to strike trade deals, and so I think if we can get to a point with China and some of the other countries where there is a trade deal for 3 or 4 years, it would just enhance planning with regards to the U.S. farmers and just determining when we might be able to replace equipment or when input costs may go down.
With the cost of equipment rising, some farmers may find it hard to invest in new machinery. Due to those high prices, this Farmel M that was made in the 1940s, it still remains in use today.
The average tariff on an American good going into a country was about 15%. The average tariff of a good coming into America, so other countries' goods, was about 5%. The days of bowing to the tariff regime of other countries was over.
With the impact of the tariffs still shifting the markets, farmers are doing their best to stay sustainable for the future. While the export-import costs are uncertain, farmers will continue to do their best to continue feeding America. In Manhattan, Braden Misaki, Channel 8 News.
Trade talks are continuing to progress, leaving farmers waiting for a long-term agreement to bring certainty to the future. The Manhattan City Commission has allowed the funding search for K-State's Edge District along Kimball Avenue to continue moving forward following a unanimous vote in its favor. TJ Christman has more.
2 weeks ago, the Manhattan City Commission authorized a non-binding resolution with the Kansas State University Foundation. This agreement allows the foundation, in conjunction with the city, to continue fleshing out their plan for the Edge District.
3 office buildings have already been constructed along Kimball Avenue. The next plans call for construction of condominiums, a hotel, several restaurants, Pocket Park, and further expansion of the indoor track facility, adding bleachers, and developing stables at Bilberry Arena. And so the project is part of a long-range plan that's been in process for probably 10 or 15 years already, and following the investment in significant infrastructure in terms of the changes along Kimball Avenue, improvement of intersections, this is the next step in that process.
Funding options for the Edge District are still being discussed, but the city feels it has avenues to get the project done. In the meantime, students are really excited about the prospect of the Edge District coming to Manhattan.
It seems like a pretty big, expensive investment, but I also like the idea of having more like restaurants, shopping. I think that would drive a lot more traffic to the Bill and make the overall experience quite a bit better. So I really like the idea. I think it's cool.
In Manhattan, TJ Christman, Channel 8 News.
For further developments on the progress of the Edge District, we'll just have to stay patient, but excitement is brewing. After 2 years, Parkside Station is set to close their doors, but how is everyone feeling about this closure? Let's go to Adrian Holguin for more.
After 2 years of business, Parkside Station at the corner of 11th and Points is closing its doors. The owners, Phyllis and Hannah Peace, have been fighting funding issues since the restaurant's opening, and plenty of the issues reportedly stem from the expensive renovation that led to the restaurant's initial opening.
We're outside of Parkside Station right now, in the heart of Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple. And, the place that used to be, a great gas station, now a beautiful restaurant, it's closing down. Let's hear what the employees have to say.
In all honesty, it sucks. These guys all work so hard just for them to basically close down. Like, everyone put their heart and soul into this. And just talking to people around that know that I work here, they're all distraught. They all care so much about this place so deeply.
The closing of Parkside is affecting different people in different ways. Some are distraught, and some are indifferent.
I've been there a couple times with my friends. The food's kind of not very good, so I don't go a lot, but I heard they're closing soon.
Parkside Station will officially close its doors on March 15th. The company announced this past Tuesday. I am Adrian Holguin, and this is Channel 8 News.
Stand by.
Parkside Station will remain open until March 15th, serving pastries, coffee, and various menu items until closure. There are multiple empty businesses on Poyntz Avenue that have restaurants in Manhattan wondering when they'll be filled. For the first time in years, there are 4 properties looking for new owners to move in. With that many at once, you may think that there is a common issue causing the businesses to close. In reality, every store had its own reason for closing. It is now just a wait for fresh businesses to move in.
I'm not worried about it. It's a situation where we haven't seen this in about 15 years. But there are plans for a couple of the spaces that just is not available to the general public right now.
It can be a mixture of things. So some people are kind of reaching the age of retirement and don't have anybody to kind of carry on the business. And so rather than just pass it off to somebody they don't know, they'd rather just close it and move on. And then you have other people where, we're currently living in an economy where margins are getting smaller and costs are going up. So it's kind of, you're always fighting that battle.
Stand by.
Last year, Riley County Police had a public campaign to break up with Fake Patty's Day, an unofficial student celebration which includes a day-long party. This year, they are taking a little different approach. Derek Coley has more.
The campaign was not received very well by the participants. This year, the RCPD is focusing their efforts on keeping students safe during Fake Patty celebrations. Police hope that those who celebrate do so responsibly, but in case they don't, RCPD will have 5 different agencies coming to support the safety efforts, with the hopes that partiers will not do anything unusual.
Do the things that you normally would do. If you're going to participate in Fake Patty's Day, obviously we want you to be safe and we want you to be respectful of others.
Students are looking ahead to blow off some steam for the weekend and understand that the police have a job to do too.
Yeah, got some big plans for Fakes. Probably gonna be on Raton a lot. But yeah, it's a big day for the police department too. I definitely see a lot more of them out there, and yeah, I feel safe though. So.
Be responsible. Fake Patty's Day doesn't give you the right to not obey the basic laws. If you are of age to drink, don't drink to excess, don't binge drink, be responsible in the sense that others may not be participating in this day, and you should be respectful to everybody.
As part of their ongoing safety campaign, police are reminding people to avoid underage drinking, disorderly conduct, littering, and making sure if you need to use the restroom during the day, to go and find one and to not use the streets. In Manhattan, Derek Colley, Channel 8 News.
If you're participating in Fake Patty's Day this weekend, remember to stay safe and follow the law accordingly. Coming up on Channel 8 News, we have the new Student Body Vice President, Caden Bastian, in the studio. We'll take a trip to our sports center with Adrian to recap baseball's first home opener and how basketball is preparing for the Big 12. Stay with us.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Fighting, ever fighting. Though it comes at the end of our fight song, it marks a new beginning. Fighting, ever fighting, will lead us into the future. In this era of change, our foundation stays unshaken. Fighting, ever fighting, for our community, our state, for the purple and the white. Creating a spirit that never falters. This is K-State. Fighting, ever fighting.
Drives it out towards center with the wind. It is gone! Always smiling. Shintaro Inoue.
I've been looking forward to this day for a long time.
Never give up for the game! K-State wins! K-State wins!
Here we go. What are you really willing to sacrifice to get there?
As a fan, you're going to get access to things that you typically wouldn't get.
Go crazy, everybody!
Everybody's really, really excited to do something special.
K-State students recently elected a new student body president and vice president. Braden Cameron is joined in the studio by new SGA Vice President Caden Bastian. Braden?
Students went to the polls last week and elected Christian Pena as president and Caden Bastian as vice president. Joining me now is Caden Bastian in the studio. Congrats on the win. What are some things that you're looking forward to, and what is going to be your guys' focus for this next year?
Sure, yeah. First, thank you so much. Super excited to be here. It's pretty much our campaign ran on the focus of RISE. That was our campaign platform. Pretty much what we want to outline is just connecting students with SGA. I'm not an SGA myself. I have no prior experience in SGA, so I kind of brought an outsider's perspective into the role. So pretty much what we want to do is just bridge a gap, because we saw a disparity between student government and the general student body here at K-State. So really what we wanted to do is just bridge that gap between student government and the general body, because there's just so much that student government does for the K-State body that's so impactful for your 4 years or however long it is here at K-State.
That's awesome. What was the election process like, and what did you guys have to do during that process?
Sure, it's a great question. So I met Christian in December, so we kind of took an untraditional kind of route. We started pretty late in the game. Typically speaking, a lot of campaigns start a little bit earlier than that. But we got our campaign team together come January 20th. It's whenever you can start campaigning, and went all the way up until the end of February, and that's when the elections were.
That's awesome. As the vice president, what kind of responsibility do you guys feel representing the entire student body and bringing everyone together?
Yeah, well, that is a loaded question. I think it's really important, though, having someone sit in the role that isn't viewed for the position itself, but just as a friend. That's what we want to be, is approachable and transparent. So if that's what I can do in my time here, that's going to be a win for me. If I can be someone's friend, you can come up and say your concerns to me. That's what I want to do.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming in. And and that's all we have. Emma, back to you.
Thanks, Braden. Coming up on Channel 8 News, we'll see how some Wildcats are planning around daylight savings. And we get our full weather report with Brayson from our Weather Center. That's next.
Fighting, ever fighting. Though it comes at the end of our fight song, it marks a new beginning. Fighting, ever fighting, will lead us into the future. In this era of change, our foundation stays unshaken. Fighting, ever fighting, for our community, our state, for the purple and the white. Creating a spirit that never falters. This is K-State. Fighting, ever fighting.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
I've been looking forward to this day for a long time.
Never give up for the game!
K-State wins! K-State wins!
Here we go. What are you really willing to sacrifice to get there?
As a fan, you're going to get access to things that you typically wouldn't get.
Go crazy, everybody!
Everybody's really excited to do something special.
You look at toughness and the ability and the mental and intestinal fortitude to play this game of football the way that it needs to be played is different. Some people like to visit physicality, we live there. We're going to be the new old school, and we are going to move our program forward and take the steps necessary to chase excellence in everything we do. And the time is now. Every single one of us in here has something to give to help take this program where we need it to go.
The sun will start to be out for longer in the day, but it will cost you a little sleep. Weather reporter Brayson Bird is here with the weather and more on this weekend's clock change.
With daylight savings taking place on Sunday, many students believe that this yearly event should no longer exist. It's been 60 years since daylight savings time was standardized. For some people, the adjustment of time and loss of sleep can take days to recover from. But for many college students, they feel like springing forward an hour has no effect on them at all.
Me personally, I'm not super affected by the loss of hour of sleep. My body just kind of gets used to it. I mean, I can go one night without a good sleep and I'll be fine.
It doesn't really affect me. Honestly, I can lose that doing an activity at night with some friends.
On Sunday, when the clocks turn forward an hour, it may take some time to adjust. However, for many college students, they feel it's time to get rid of this unnecessarily yearly event.
I would, yeah. It doesn't make much sense. The Earth is seasonal, so.
I've always seen the argument for it of why it's useful and why it was originally put into place, but it doesn't affect me personally, so I don't see a need for it. I think it'd be nice to get rid of it so it's just less inconvenient.
Even with dissatisfaction from students, many sleep professionals still advise people to get an ample amount of sleep to ensure they remain in good health. That's what we have for the daylight savings time. We're going to go ahead and take a little look at our weather and see what we have projected for this week. So looking nationally, out on the East Coast, we have temperatures in the mid-60s. Towards Florida, same type of thing, mid-60s. Down in Texas, we have high 70s, getting pretty warm. But then we go back out towards the West Coast. In Phoenix, we have mid-50s. Same type of deal in the California area, mid-50s. Keep going up north. It's a little bit colder, still low 50s. And then back in Kansas, we're in the mid-60s. So it should be a pretty good day today. Now we're going to take a look at the state. On the western part of the state, we're in the mid-50s like most of the national is. Going up north, though, we have a little bit higher temperatures, closer to 70. Down in Sedgwick, we have 50s. Manhattan area, same story, 50s. And then Kansas City, same stories, 50s. Now looking at our 24-hour agenda, today's high will be 65. This evening, it'll be low 60s with some wind. And then around sunrise tomorrow, we'll be in the low 40s with some clouds. Now, taking a look at our 5-day forecast. Today, sunny and 60s. This weekend, we have a baseball series. We have high 70s on Friday, mid-50s on Saturdays, high 60s on Sunday. And on Monday, we have highs of 78. Should be a really warm day out there on Monday. That's all we have for weather for now. Emma, back to you.
After the break, we'll hear from our Sports Center on the home opener at Twinton Stadium and how Manhattan residents are getting active with the nice weather. That's next.
I've been looking forward to this day for a long time.
Never give up on the game! K-State wins! K-State wins!
Here we go. What are you really willing to sacrifice to get there?
As a fan, you're going to get access to things that you typically wouldn't get.
Go crazy, everybody!
Everybody's really excited to do something special.
drives it out towards center with the wind. It is gone! Always smiling, Shintaro Inoue.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, you know, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, you know, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
K-State basketball is heading towards tournament season, and the weather seems to be cooperating for those who love the outdoors. Adrian Holguin joins us with more in our Sports Center.
K-State women's basketball kicked off Big 12 tournament play with a 91-66-point win over Cincinnati. The 12th-seeded Cats now move on to round number 2 to take on 5th-seeded Texas Tech, with tip-off just minutes away in Kansas City. For the men's basketball team, a big win over West Virginia on Tuesday night lifted them to their 3rd Big 12 victory of the season. The Cats still have one regular season matchup remaining as they travel to Lawrence on Saturday to take on Kansas. Interim head coach Matthew Driscoll looks forward to the opportunity.
I know the guys will be prepared, and you know, like everything else in life, you know, it's a ranked opponent. It's Kansas. It's a blue blood, and it's an excitement leading into the Big 12 tournament. You know, before we play on the glass, so.
K-State baseball started their home season at Tointon Family Stadium by winning 2 of their 3 first games of their season against the Columbia Lions last weekend. The Cats stay in Manhattan this weekend to take on Southern Illinois Edwardsville and 3 games before hosting Wichita State next week. The Batcats are now 8-4 on the season and start Big 12 conference play at Houston next weekend. With a nice weekend coming, you may see more people dusting off their workout gear and heading back outdoors. Amelia Likens has more.
As temperatures rise in Manhattan, so does the energy. The forecast called for sun, so Manhattan residents pulled out their running shoes and headed to City Park. From basketball to skateboarding and even dancing, City Park is heating up.
Since it was so nice out, we just thought we should come down to the park. We don't live that far, so we just came down here and have been out for like 2 hours getting our cardio in. So yeah, it's been fun. It's actually my first time playing basketball, but I come out here and I walk like almost every day, a couple miles, so I love it.
City Park is a great place to stretch your legs. Its walking and running loop is almost exactly 1 mile long.
Since it's so nice out today, a bunch of people in Manhattan are getting out there and getting active.
City Park offers many ways to get active. They have sand volleyball courts, a playground for kids, baseball fields, an ice skating rink, a skate park, a water park that will be open Memorial Day weekend, and even tennis courts.
The weather was so nice as opposed to how it was before, negative somethings. Just as long as there wasn't a negative number on the weather app, we decided to come out and play some tennis. We're kind of new to it. We're getting into it. I think we've played maybe like 4 times back at home in Kansas City, but we started playing here. This was our first time playing on this court, and it's been so fun.
Now is the time to get out there and get some exercise at City Park in the warm weather. In Manhattan, Amelia Likens, Channel 8 News.
Wow, things sure are heating up at City Park. Thanks, Amelia. And that's all the time we have for sports. Emma, back to you.
Coming up, we'll have one last look at the weekend weather and to plan your weekend accordingly, and an insight to K-State's up-and-coming improv club, On the Spot. Stay with us.
Fighting, ever fighting. Though it comes at the end of our fight song, it marks a new beginning. Fighting, ever fighting, will lead us into the future. In this era of change, our foundation stays unshaken. Fighting, ever fighting, for our community, our state, for the purple and the white. Creating a spirit that never falters. This is K-State. Fighting, ever fighting.
You look at toughness and the ability and the mental and intestinal fortitude to play this game of football the way that it needs to be played is different. Some people like to visit physicality, we live that. We're going to be the new old school, and we are going to move our program forward and take the steps necessary to chase excellence in everything we do. And the time is now. Every single one of us in here has something to give to help take this program where we need it to go.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
Before we go, let's take one last look at the weekend weather. On the Spot Improv, Kansas State University's premier improv comedy team brought the laughs to Delfest this weekend. The group hosted free shows and an open workshop for Wildcats and members of the Manhattan community as part of its annual Collegiate Improv Festival.
We just invite a bunch of college teams from all around the Midwest to come perform with us. And then they also get workshops, so that's kind of the draw for some of these teams.
But one thing I like about the workshops we do at Delfest is the two festivals we went to previously. You did the workshops with your team, but the way we have it set up here is that you're kind of in randomized groups with other people from other improv teams.
Before we go, let's take one last look at the weekend weather.
Taking a look at our weekend forecast, it's going to be a busy weekend in Manhattan, Kansas. On Friday, it's going to be highs of 72, low of 36, little chance of showers. Saturday, mid-50s, low of 36. It will be fake, so make sure you stay safe. And then on Sunday, it'll be a high of 68 with a low of 41. That's all we have for weather today. Emma, back to you.
That's all we have for you.
This is Channel 8 News.